Hey, we holding it down for one of the greatest that ever did it, Tupac Shakur. And you rocking with TupacNation.net. Holla.
First of all, I want to thank you, part of TupacNation.net, for doing the interview. It's an honor.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, are you involved in any projects right now? What can we expect from Danny Boy?
You said what projects am I involved in?
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm working on the Danny Boy project, so I can go here to premiere.
All right.
My music. And I'm always doing hooks, man. I've been working with some new incredible artists.
Yeah.
Some artists, one artist by the name of Prophet over at Last Lane Records, upcoming artist from Indianapolis. Last Lane Records. I'm just really kind of moving around and really trying to make some things happen.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So, originally you're from Chicago.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, the west side of Chicago.
West side. So it's interesting how a 14-year-old kid ended up signed to Suge Knight and DeathRow. How did that happen?
An independent record company by the name of Raw Dope, and it was a production company out of Chicago. And we were looking for a deal. I'm gonna go do another one right quick. Hold on one second.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I just want to make sure that you can hear me.
Yeah.
What was the last question? I'm sorry, I'm ready now.
The last question was, we just want to know how a 14-year-old kid from Chicago ended up signing with, Suge Knight and DeathRow, one of the biggest record labels.
Yeah, I was on my way to being 15 years old, man. I'm maybe like a month or so away from being, 2 months away from being 15 years old. And I was with an independent record company out of Chicago, Raw Dope Records, Shorty Capone. And we were just with this production company, and we were looking for a deal, and took a trip out to Cali, and Capitol Records, and Warner Brothers, and Scotty Brothers, and all those kind of labels were on the table for me to sign with, but Suge was there, Shorty Capone was doing business with another group with Interscope and DeathRow Records, and Suge had a chance to give me say, man, he was like, man, why you take him over there? We really got a place for him here. And I really just kind of liked what the DeathRow thing had going on at that time. At that time, they were on the record, as far as records, they were just, really creating a whole new vibe as far as the gangster rap music was concerned. And, they had some of the biggest rappers out, so I knew who DeathRow was. And I just thought that it was a better place for me.
And it ended up working out for you, right?
And, hell yeah, man. It worked out well, from the beginning of the time. It definitely worked out well.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. I mean, you got to work with one of, the biggest legends of all time. I mean, anybody would have took that path if they knew the future. So, you told us in the past about your childhood, going to church with your mom. How does she feel about you singing with, gangster rappers like Tupac and Dogg Pound, Snoop, and DJ Quik?
Even myself, man, it's just I didn't know too much about it. I knew Snoop Dogg because, I knew, living on Gin and Juice, and, I had heard those kind of songs before, but it wasn't even my kind of music.
It wasn't your
kind of music, but I didn't even think my parents, my mother knew, exactly what kind of label it was. They were just happy that, I was leaving the west side of Chicago, and I was able to make my dreams happen. And she knew that I wanted to sing, and by all means, I was working on doing it, so. She was really just proud of the moment.
All right.
It would have been with, Yaya Records.
Yeah. So then at the time, you being a teenager, and how was it like, the feeling of just being in DeathRow Studios? Was it overwhelming? Was it, I mean, you're 15 and you're with the big dogs right now. How was it feeling?
Oh man, it was an incredible feeling. Like I said, they were making great records, man, and spending a lot of money. I never been around that kind of money before, and stars of that fashion I hadn't been around, and it was really a good experience. I mean, from my first day entering the door, I was treated like family. I was treated like family. Suge took me in, and he really liked that my singing. He really liked my singing, and man, he just told me just instantly. A lot of the other artists that were there at that time, they didn't have open arms too much, but I was there and I was gonna stay there because get my opportunity to at least, sing on some records and, do what I want to do.
I mean, growing up now, you got some kids. Do you let them listen to your music, and or do you let them listen to some of your music, and the more gangster talk we put to the side, and when they grow up, you let them listen to it?
Man, to tell you the truth, man, I thank God that I've grown in my music, where I only want to make music that my kids can listen to. I feel like that if I'm making music that's not kid friendly, that's not my music, I make love songs.
Definitely.
I found through this time I've had a chance to find who I am and know who I am. You know what I mean? I come from that. I come from a good environment, come from a loving family, and just all of the things that my grandmother and my father had instilled in me. They finally came back around. You know what I mean? Even though I had a chance to experience a side as far as, that I had never been on, as far as the hip-hop side, the gangster rap side and all of that. Really who I am, I'm about good music that my kids can listen to, that your kids can listen to, and, a love song that you can pop on for moms, and, moms be like, hey, I like that little dude.
So with Danny Boy, is that the same thing? Did you come out, maybe, I don't know, did you come out like a little different than you did in the beginning, and do you feel like now you've evolved into something else, and it's just a totally new Danny Boy, or do you feel it's still the same music, and you're still aiming for the same goal?
Well, man, again, like I said, I've grown, man. At first I was coming out with the music that fit for where I was, and the time for where I was. At that time it was kind of cool for the gangster rap, because, it was really gangster rap, but it was still party music. Mm-hmm. Gangster rap, and it still made people feel good. That DeathRow stigma as far as that music, it made people feel good. And we created, a whole era of music. But now, that I'm grown, I've seen so much, man. I've lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of people, as far as lost them through, them turning their backs on me, lost them through them passing on. Yeah. Whatever it was, it just gave me growth, even through my struggle of trying to be in this music industry. Happened to go back to Chicago and starting back over again, and different things like that. I've had a chance to evolve, and my music means more. My music is more touching.
All right. More so?
And it's more about, again, man, the rapper that I listen to, why I was so much into the Pac, because Pac rapped about things that he felt. He rapped from the heart. He wrote from his heart. He wrote from things that he was either involved in, or some of his people were involved in. It wasn't no fairy tale thing. So now I'm just on to singing reality songs. Songs that I know fit me, songs that I know touch me.
Yep.
So that it's not just, and it started, music starts with yourself, man. Since the beginning of the time when music was done, the music was to heal people. Even when we was, slaves, and we were working hard, and, different things was against us, man. That's what we did. We sung through those moments. So, I'm coming up with those songs right now that hopefully not just gonna be something that somebody can listen to and just dance to, or whatever it is. Hopefully it'll save a marriage. Hopefully it'll make somebody want to get married. Hopefully it'll make somebody want to stay in love, or be in love, and different things like that.
Yeah. Hey man, personally, I'm just gonna let you know right now. I feel like if a lot of artists and a lot of people who are out there right now in the industry, if they could follow that, that advice that you gave right now, music would be in a better place right now. Definitely, man.
Well, I really appreciate where everybody has taken this music thing.
Yeah.
As far as it's been watered down a little bit to me. But the thing is, man, by us being in a recession, they're really taking music back. They're gonna force music back to being real music that touch people, and music that bring people through good moments, man. So I appreciate the watered down music.
All right.
It's time to just kind of picking it up.